on to the next game walkthrough called Kingsfield, the Ancient City walkthrough. Seems pretty normal, huh, for a name? Well, I'm glad that you guys can walk through this game with me. We're going to start a new game. Okay. Now, before we start a new game, what you might want to know is that the game allows you to choose the brightness, okay? You can play the game darker, if you want it darker. Alright, it starts you here, usually. Like, it starts you, like, right in the middle. Alright? And if you go to the left, it gets darker. If you go to the right, it gets lighter. I'll be quite honest, and I will want to play with the lighter version, okay? It just makes the rest of the game lighter. Ooh, that was a little too far. Alright, and we're going to start the game. The walkthrough.
The cursed land lies deep in a dense, colorless forest. Hidden within this land is an ancient city, once known to the forest folk as the Holy Land. Buried in the depths of the city, a warning was discovered long after the rulers have fallen. Grave misfortune will befall those who behold the idol that stares into the darkness. The idol, taken from the ancient land, led the kingdom down a path of destruction. The idol must be returned. Under a dark and cloudy sky, the Swordmaster led his men to the ancient land. The cursed land swallowed the soldiers, and all that remained was dark silence.
The gates of this castle. This castle courtyard, I should call it. Alright. Now, I just wanted to explain a few things to you guys throughout this walkthrough. A lot of this game is actually really not all easy. This game, actually from the beginning to about halfway, it's pretty easy. And then it starts to get a little bit harder. Alright, you start off at level 1. Alright. You can see, start off at level 1, you have hit points, magic points, physical, magical, gold, and your condition. Okay, there are a bunch of status abnormalities that some of the enemies can inflict on your character, like poison, paralysis. Okay, you can get your physical and magical halved. There's a status effect that does that. There's a bunch. There's poison, of course. Alright, so we're going to move on. Alright, I just wanted to talk about the character. Alright, so you get magic, but we don't have magic at this point, so you can't really use magic. You don't have MP either. Alright? You get equipment. Now the equipment screen brings you to this screen, alright? When you start out in the game, you start off with 20.9 for weight. Like, that's like the maximum that you can carry on your character. Alright? So you can only carry up to that amount. As you build levels, that increases, you know, higher to higher. I think the max, I'm not actually sure what the max actually is, but the max can go past, I think, 120. I think it goes higher than 120. I think it goes maybe like 150 maybe? I don't know. It goes pretty high though. Alright? But you can equip, you know, all this stuff. The only thing that you have to be careful when you're equipping stuff is that when you get this item called the Clarity Bracelet, okay, like, when you equip it, it gives you, like, times, I think it gives you, like, it's like a magic multiplier. It gives you more MP. I mean, it's a very good item to equip. Okay, you also, get a piece of armor. I think you get a piece of armor in this game that won't allow you to equip certain weapons. So you gotta be careful for what you equip in this game. Okay? Right at the get-go though. Okay? When I go and pick up this herb. Okay? You can see it. I got the herb. Okay? Now I'm gonna go and equip this herb on the select. Okay? I'm gonna go to shortcut. Okay, normally what I would have to do, and I'll show you before I equip it on shortcut, is go to item and then use the herb. But instead, all I have to do is just go to shortcut and I can use the herb here. Okay, and it doesn't weigh anything either. Alright. I don't know why, it kind of doesn't really make much sense because it should weigh like 0.00001 or something. But anyways, you know, it's not a bad. Alright. So we're gonna start out. Actually, is there anything else? Okay, yeah, you can check out your status. Okay, I have 20 hit right now. Okay, yeah, that's right. When you start out, you can use your fist in this Kingsfield game. Like, well, you couldn't in other Kingsfield games, but in this one you can. And the good thing about the fist is that if you look at the top, okay, there's a red bar that, you know, goes from left to right. Well, that bar measures your attack, okay? Like, it measures how much you can do damage for, okay? So if I hit when it's halfway, it's not going to take as much damage, okay, if you wait. Alright, so we're going to move on. The town. We're going to pick up our first weapon, the club. Okay. And we're going to equip that weapon. Now, if you want to see what it adds, okay, you can see the attack power that these weapons add to your attack. Okay? Also notice that every time you equip a weapon, it adds weight. Okay? It adds weight to your character. Okay? What happens if you go overboard? You can absolutely go overboard. But if you go overboard, you can't run with your character. Okay? And you can run with your character. I'll show you what that's like after I talk to this guy. We're gonna talk to this guy a few times. I might not give you a lot of time to read what these characters are saying for this walkthrough, but I'm sure it's enough time for you to read it. You can pause the video if you want. Talking to a character and he says the same thing over and over again, that means he's done with what he's saying, alright? He's not going to say anything else. You're not going to get him to. Okay, so let's say I come here, and we're going to start fighting, because I'm sure a lot of you want me to start the fighting. Okay. These are the first batch of enemies that you fight in the game. They're piranha plants. pretty hungry. Yes, every time you kill an enemy, it drops gold, okay? Wow, surprising. Alright, now whenever you first get to an area, there's always more enemies there than when you go back there another time. There's always less enemies when you go back. It's actually something I didn't really like so much about this game, but it's workable, you know? It's feasible. Alright, also during this walkthrough, I am going to be checking the time on the video, so I just wanted to warn you guys. Alright, and these piranha plants can drop herbs as well, which is pretty cool. Okay, you need herbs in this game. Alright, I'm also not going to go overboard with the time either. I'm gonna try not to go up the 15-minute mark. We're gonna keep on clobbering these guys. They're doing a pretty good job. The one bad thing I think there are about the enemies is that they're pretty dumb. You know? Now see, if you put the game on a higher darkness level, I mean, you won't be able to see as well. Alright, you see how I'm letting the club get to the highest, and then I'm hitting? Right. These guys take about 3 hits with a club. Of course. Oh, and I leveled up. Alright, so now I got to level 2. Alright, I'm gonna check the time on the video. Okay, and we got a few more minutes. Buildings in the city, but that's okay. Alright, we're gonna go in here for now. We're gonna get these claws here. Okay, look at the claws. Alright, now if you look over here, there's a save statue. Okay, that's how you save your game. Alright. Well, I go and save my game right now. That's full. Alright, I got 3 files here. Yeah, we're gonna have to save over one of these. Alright, we'll save on this one. That's alright. Alright, so we're at level 2. This is a locked chest. Okay, there are some locked chests in the game. Okay, we're gonna go over here though for a minute. There's a guy over here. There's also an herb over here. Yeah. They actually put the herb right near the edge of a cliff. Beautiful. those of you who want to be the real bad boy, you can actually kill the innocents in this game, too. Yeah, that's kind of what's cool about this. Oh, and this sign. What's that sign? It says the Lion Graveyard. I don't think there's really anything else besides going over here. Alright, we're gonna climb the stairs, and once I get to the top,